Never be afraid to speak your dreams to people. Because you never know who you're talking to. You never know the opportunities that can come about you speaking your dreams into existence. If you keep all of that in, because everybody says, oh, work quietly, work in silent, do your thing, don't tell nobody, and then come out and do this. Okay, I get all that. But in order for you to progress in life, you're gonna need connections. You're gonna need networking. And that's what I did. I wanna break the mold. There are so many more Latinas out there that do not have the same narrative as what's depicted in today's society. God is a comedian, and he said, I'm gonna give you 2 kids and a bum-ass ex-husband so you can have material to talk about on stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ray. I have a special guest today who is
Daisy Roxx.
Daisy Roxx, and I'm just so grateful that you're here and
Yay.
And thank you for supporting this podcast.
Well, I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm the one that hunted you down a little bit, and I said, put me on your podcast. But it's mostly because I do want to support. Like, I think it's so important for us as creatives, especially in this like up and coming stage that we're in. Like, we need to support each other, and we need to be there for each other. And I'm all about it. So I'm happy for you. This is season 2.
Season 2.
It's just gonna get better and better, baby.
Right. I want to give a shout out to Candy too. She wanted to be here really bad.
No, I wanted to meet her.
You're more than welcome to come back on. We would love to have you and invite you so we can all sit and.
Yay. Well, we'll see after we're done today if you want me to come back or not.
So, Daisy, I want to start off, refresh our memory a bit. Do you remember the exact moment when we met?
I believe we met at the bar, right? Or no?
I almost want to say yes, but then I want to say that we had a mutual friend.
Who was our mutual friend?
Maybe at a party or something, and I don't remember exactly who it was. I think it was a gay boy.
It definitely is a gay boy. I'm not sure. You know, because I think when we met, it was like in passing. We didn't really even like hang out, but we knew of each other. And I think I saw your Instagram, started following you. We followed each other back.
Yeah.
And then that's really when I started saying like, oh, it's Ray, you know? Then I went to Flux, and that's when I remember seeing you. And I went to the bar, and I saw you, and I was like, hi, do you remember me? You're like, yes, what's up, Daisy? And I was like, oh.
Yes, I remember that moment. I remember it was I remember a busy night.
Yeah, it was a busy night.
And you were like right there. I was like, of course I remember you. But we connected on Instagram.
We did connect.
And then I started following you. So that just makes me feel like I'm like, oh, I already know you. And everything
like that's the beauty of social media to the point. You know, I mean, social media is kind of evil, but it does have a lot of beautiful benefits. You know what I mean? Like, it lets you connect with people that otherwise you wouldn't connect with.
That's true. That's so true.
Like just watching each other's trajectory and their journey, you know, just through Instagram and through social media, like that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like we're rooting for each other, you know, from far.
I love that. I love that. That's totally true. We're around the same age, I feel.
Yeah,
right?
I'm 33.
Okay, yeah, I'm 31.
Okay, yeah,
so
definitely.
We saw what it was like before social media.
Totally.
We lived through that era of like in high
social
school.
media started with us. Us being like teenagers. Like, I remember having MySpace at like 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. And that's when social media really took off, right? Because there was like the BBM and then the chat rooms. I was in all the chat rooms growing up. I had my little avatar.
What was your AIM screen name? Do you remember?
I don't remember my AIM screen name, but my MySpace name was Daisy Roxx.
Nice. So it's the original.
I've had
Daisy
my
Roxx.
name since MySpace. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mine was it's so embarrassing.
No, you gotta say it. Now you gotta say it, Ray.
It was Ray Z as like the rapper Jay-Z because I was trying to rap at the time.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said it.
That song is somewhere circulating on MySpace somewhere.
You have a song out?
I have a 30-second song that I made off of my little camcorder.
Yeah, because MySpace turned into like just like a music thing, right? After a while.
Yeah.
And then is it still around?
No, I don't think so.
I think like a few years ago, I was trying to look for my MySpace. Like, I was just like, because I had so many pictures.
Yeah.
Just like one day, we just all stopped going on MySpace.
That's true. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to think about too. I wish I would have screen grabbed some messages.
Man.
That's also, thank God they're gone though.
Did we even have screen grabbing back in the day?
No,
We
only
didn't
if you
have
had a
that.
Mac, but that was still.
Come on, it was.
I didn't have a Mac.
I didn't have a Mac. I think it was back then with those Dells. It was the Dell computers that were like super.
They were big.
Like
at the
big.
time.
They're the colorful ones, actual laptops
Yeah.
and PCs and stuff.
That's crazy.
So crazy. And like when we saw on Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, them doing like FaceTime. And we were like, that's nuts. You know?
I know.
Like, wow, that's really into the future. And we're really living it now. It's fucking
That's
nuts,
crazy.
dude.
I think of that all the time too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like going back to what you said, there's such a beauty to
is.
it, and then there's that dark side.
The
but
dark side.
That's where I feel like as people we can choose who we want and what we want to be.
1,000%.
It comes
dude.
down to the confidence and what you truly are passionate about and what you do. So if you feel good about what you're putting out there and doing, you're gonna feel good about it,
For
right?
sure. And like it's gonna come back to you. And like my thing is like I'm so much the type of person that I don't match people's energy. I just give my authentic, blatant energy 1,000% all the time. It's not up to me and it's not my responsibility how you're projecting. I don't want to take responsibility in that. And by me being my own authentic self, bringing my own twist to what I'm doing in my life and my passions and my careers has really, I honestly feel, not to like toot my own horn, you know, but like toot bitch, you know. I've really made a name for myself. I'm really good at being really good at things I want to be really good at.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get intimidated by that, you know, but it's who I am. And at 33, I'm finally like, so what, bitch? This is who I am, okay? You like it or not, this is who I am. I'm not responsible for your energy. I'm not responsible for your feelings. Like, I'm my own person. Everyone is autonomous. I make my own decisions, and I'm very happy with the way my life has gone. I've lived a lot of adversities, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty solid right now.
You said you're a Libra, right?
I'm a Libra.
I feel like that's like spoken as a true Libra.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini, and
Oh, you're air sign.
We get along really well.
High five. Yes,
to
we
that.
do.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's that we definitely, I feel peace when we're together. Like, this is very peaceful. It didn't feel very awkward or like we really have never really hung out, you guys.
This is honestly the first time we've ever hung out.
Yeah, like I could have easily gotten kidnapped on the way over here.
Not by me. I'm like,
I know where he works, so it's okay.
You know,
yeah, exactly. I know where he works.
But yeah, I wanted to go back and hear your story because you have a lot that you're doing. You're an artist. You're a hair artist.
Many hats.
You are a comedian.
Yes.
You're funny. That is something that's so admirable because
I appreciate that.
life is short, and why not live it in a moment where we can feel happy and just like celebrate? And
1,000%.
I feel like that's what comedy is, and I feel like if somebody is getting offended or they're not feeling it, that's like an internal issue. That's a personal issue. I just feel like comedians have this confidence, and I just wanted to say that I love that about you. But I want to hear your story. You're from
Compton.
From Compton, right? Okay.
City of Compton.
My family is from Compton.
Oh,
so
cool. Nice. Yeah, you're guilty by affiliation. Yes. Yeah, so I was born in Huntington Park, raised in Compton. We moved there when I was like 2. And I was raised there with my parents and my 2 brothers, first generation Mexican American. My parents, they're the only ones from their families to be out here in the United States. So like, my mom is one of 9 and my dad is one of 7, and they're all in Mexico. My mom is the only one, my dad's the only one. So I have some cousins that came through out here and we're really close and I love them so much, but a lot of them, most of my family is in Mexico. So I grew up really like, kind of like just with the boys, like with my brothers, you know what I mean? And I was like a cute, girly, girly girl playing soccer and getting dirty with the boys, you know? So
Are you the only girl?
I'm the only girl. I'm the middle child and the
Okay.
only girl.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm basically the oldest.
So you're tough. You grew up with some.
Yeah, I'm tough,
that-
but I'm very sensitive too.
Yeah.
Because it's like my brothers, they took care of me outside of the home. Like when I would leave that door, my brothers were my protectors. But in the house, I was like their second mom. So I did the cooking and the cleaning and the taking care and the disciplining sometimes. And my brother is 2 years older, and then my other brother's 5 years younger. But I was second mom. And still to this day, my brothers are my babies, you know?
Aw,
So
love that.
very balanced vibe, I guess you could say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I hit high school and I did like theater and drama,
Oh, nice,
video
nice.
production. I did that for 4 years.
Dope.
So all the editing stuff, that's bringing me back to when I was like 16. Graduated high school, then I went to Cerritos College and I did improv for 2 semesters.
Nice.
It was like, you know that show, Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I've heard of it. I
With
haven't
like Drew
seen
Carey and
it.
stuff. And they like throw suggestions at you. The audience throws suggestions at you.
Yeah.
And then you just have to act it out off the cuff. Like,
Improv. Yeah.
no
yeah.
script, unscripted acting, just like, and I did that and it was like the best time in my life.
Yeah.
Then I got pregnant. I got married at 18. Pregnant and married. Then I had my second son at 26.
So you have two.
I have 2 boys.
2 boys, and they're. So you had your first son.
At 18, yeah. Yeah,
And then,
he's going to be 15 next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a Libra.
He's a Libra too.
He's a Libra too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I have a 7-year-old. He'll be 8 in December. He's a Sag.
Oh, okay.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my boys.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cute.
I got divorced 6 years ago. I was married for 10 years.
Oh wow.
Because I am wifey, bitch.
Yeah.
But we had financial differences, to say the least, putting it lightly. And, got divorced, and that was 6 years ago. And I've been a hairdresser for 13 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you say you have a specialty with hair, or like, what's your favorite?
My
thing to do with hair?
specialties is balayage and blondes and extensions.
Is balayage what is?
Balayage is like a dimensional blondes and
okay.
and it has like the highlights. They look like highlights, but they're outgrown.
Yeah.
Those are balayage.
Like, is it like an ombre?
Yeah,
type
they're
of
like ombre,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's PC, so you still see a lot of dark in between.
Yeah.
Right? The ombre is like a dark color going into a lighter color, or a transition from a color to another. A balayage has dimensions.
When you're explaining it, I see it in my head, and
Yeah.
I see the picture.
Good.
But
That you
hair, I
know.
have no experience with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cut my hair once, and it was like the worst haircut I've ever done.
Gosh.
And I had to we tried fixing it like 2 times. It just didn't.
Didn't work out. Yeah.
But hair, it sounds so complex, but
It
it's
is.
such a talent, and I think it's such an
Thanks.
artistry
It
to be
is.
able to do that, because you have to keep in mind, right, like with the health of the hair and
Yeah, so my main priority is the health of their hair. So I will never do anything to jeopardize the integrity. With that being said, the color is second priority, and then the health is first. So if bitches come to me and say, I want to be blonde and the hair is gonna break off at that point, I'm like, no, bitch, your hair's going to break. I'm not going to do it. And I will literally turn my clients away.
Have you experienced any people lie to you about oh, I've never dyed it?
They
because
try. They try. But my eye is so trained to see. I can literally, I'll pick up their hair and I can be like, you got your hair done 3 months ago. You went a little darker than the last time and you were blonde before. And they're like, oh my God, yes. How did you know that? And I was like, bitch, because I'm Hair by Daisy Roxx. Duh.
That's so interesting. I can tell a lot about someone by the hair. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. And at the same time, I definitely listen to my clients at all times. So I tell them straight up, I am the hairdresser. I do have the license. I am the one that knows what's up, that went to school for this. However, you're the one going home with it.
Yeah.
So you got to be happy. So I will do whatever it takes for you to be happy, but you have to understand like unrealistic and realistic expectations at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really good at explaining stuff. I'm really good at making people feel comfortable. That comes back to like me being a people person and like just like this is who I am.
And I wanted to get
At all
into
Yeah.
that. And
Yep.
you had your first son at 18, and
Yeah.
what was that like?
I've been a mom my entire adult life, right? I love it. And it's an unpopular opinion, right? Is that I love being a young mom because most like this generation or like the girls that did it the right way, right? They wait till they're, late 20s, early 30s, they got married, have their babies, blah, blah, blah. I don't gotta do all that shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 33, my son's in high school already. I was 18 when I had him, and the reason why it's been so easy for me to be a mom is because I've never had the opportunity to be selfish. Like, life has never given me the opportunity to be a selfish person. When I was growing up, like I mentioned, I was helping with my brothers, right? I was like, not necessarily raising them, but like, I was a big part of their lives, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I graduated high school, as soon as I like stepped into the real world, now I had this responsibility of taking care of another human. And so I never got into the designer stuff. I never got into like spending money on things that were not necessary. I grew up really poor, first of all. I never had luxuries growing up. So having shoes that fit was a luxury for me growing up. So now that I'm like having my kid, I'm like, dude, I don't need a $2,000 bag to carry around $20.
Cheers to that.
Okay?
That's true.
I would much rather have a $10 bag carrying around $2,000. Like,
Yeah.
It's just the person that I am. I'm not the type of person that, like, gets a kick out of, like, expensive shit. And, like, it's weird because most women my age know about, like, what is it, like, Cartier and, like, fucking the
Birkin,
design.
Hermes,
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
shit. Yeah. I know Target. And, Dee Dee's discount, Ross.
I remember Dee Dee's in Compton.
Fucking, yeah.
My in-laws took me there. They're from Compton.
Yeah,
too, so
yeah. Shein, dude, like little like bought these pants for $20. Like I appreciate the bigger things in life, the moments and the time spent. I love being with my kids. I am a sole financial provider for my children. I don't get child support and I don't get like government help. I don't get welfare. I don't get none of that. I pay everything out of pocket for me and for my kids. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, you know? Like, I nursed my kids, I breastfed my kids for a long time. A lot of girls my age now aren't even thinking about that because they want their boobs to still look good, you know? Because they've had them for so long. Yeah. I was like, here are my titties, baby. And I gave them to my kids for years, you know? But that was because I wasn't selfish. I automatically had to think about somebody else before me.
Yeah.
At 18. So, yeah, dude, I can't even imagine team no sleep at 33, okay? I cannot do that anymore. Yeah.
I'm not even a parent, but...
That's exactly what I mean, right? Our body isn't the same.
Yeah.
At 18, bitch, I wasn't sleeping already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having a baby, it was just like my little baby.
I haven't met your sons yet, but I know you're a good mom.
Oh, thank you.
To do that, that's so admirable.
Yeah, thank you.
You had to do what you had to do as a mom. You had that instinct, that mother instinct to like, I need to support my kids.
Yeah,
and
period.
Like you said, like, these things, these designer things, those aren't the priority. And my priority is the moments, the happiness, and the well-being of my family before what's on my body and how expensive this is.
1,000%. And don't get me wrong, like, I try to spoil myself at least once a year with my tattoos. So, like, my tattoos, they're expensive. And I get them for my birthday. I get a big piece for my birthday. I spend about $1,000 on it. but it's permanent. It's for life. This
Yeah.
this is not a wear and tear. This isn't gonna rip.
Tattoos
this
you
isn't-
want
it's forever.
You pay for for sure.
And I'd rather spend my money on that when I know that it's gonna be good quality and it's gonna be for life than like a fucking bag that I'm just gonna throw around and like shoes that I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna keep the boxes, okay? You guys are fucking crazy. I am not gonna keep the boxes. That takes up too much space.
It does.
I'm not that person, okay? My friends are like, why are you wearing your pandas to work? Bitch, because I paid money for them. That's why, okay? They're like, well, that's the point. I'm like, you buy shoes to not wear them? Like,
I wear my stuff as soon as I buy it.
I wear
like,
them
that same
out,
day,
too.
I'm
I wear
like-
them totally out, too. Like,
I do
I
that
don't
too.
give a fuck. Like, it's material shit. I was lucky enough to have shoes that fit when I was a kid. Like, now it's just like, psh, these are just shoes, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just as good off Shein.
Yeah. If I were to have a kid like myself, I'm also an overthinker, but I feel like once that kicks in, your
Gemini.
mind will,
Air sign. We're always
Yeah,
like,
we are-
well, what if though?
But then I feel like I work best under pressure though. Like when things
Totally.
happen, when I'm like pushed at the edge.
So because we procrastinate till that last
that's
minute
true.
where it's like, oh fuck, now I really gotta get it done.
Now we have to.
But then we
Yeah.
get it done, and we even like surprise
We surprise
ourselves,
ourselves, yeah.
of how good we fucking made that happen.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for me, to be here in this space on my own, I feel when I remember I think back and I was like, damn, I wish like I could move out because I lived with my parents and they were really supportive and they were great parents. They are great parents and
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to have them to be in my life and my parents are in their mid-60s now, so they always want to know what I'm doing and I always let them know what I'm doing. We have that relationship.
That's
that,
amazing.
it develops over time too. I feel like my parents wanted the best for me, so
Yeah.
there was moments too where I felt at the time as a young person that, oh, they're pushing me too much. They're doing this too much. They're telling me something I don't like, but they're doing it because they know where I can be and who I can be. And I didn't see that.
We
in
don't see
myself.
that until we're older.
Yeah.
But see, and this is why I'm so lucky to like have been raising my son from such a young age for me, because I'm able to remember a lot of the things that were missing in my childhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember being a kid and I remember my mom telling me things and I'd be like, yes, mom. Yes, mom. I know, mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not a good friend. She's going to screw you over. Mom, stop. My friends are my life. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, as an older woman, I look back and I remember specifically the things that she said. Like, in that moment, I acted like I didn't hear shit. I was like, ugh, so annoying. Like, you're being so annoying, mom.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, no, my mom used to say this. She used to say this. I think this. So, in my head, I'm like, all right, I know this motherfucker is not listening to me right now. But if I say it enough times, some things are going to stick to him to where when he's older or subconsciously, he's going to hear my voice in the back of his head. You know what I mean?
That's so true.
Because in the moment, you don't fucking listen. Right? But in the long run, I'm hoping.
And your kids, like, I'm sure, like, you know.
Not a naive mom.
Yeah.
I know who they are.
I was gonna ask you too, like, in this generation, like, we're about the same age.
Yeah.
You're a parent. What is it like with the world going on, with the social media, with the access to a lot of things that we didn't have? Like, how do you feel as a parent now in this new time with so much accessibility? Like, how does that?
So, for my older son, it's really embarrassing having a teenager. Okay. He has an Edgar haircut, okay? So it's like not the best look for me. No.
Well,
it's the truth. I'll show you.
hey, I would say this really quick. We all had some embarrassing. I had an embarrassing.
Did you
haircut.
have like the
I had the
spiky?
lineup
Oh
and the
yeah,
whole,
yeah.
like,
I
thing
remember
and
the spiky blonde tips. That was my generation.
Oh yeah. But you know what though? Like, you as a parent to let your child express how they
1000%.
want to have their hair and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I let him do whatever he wants.
Yes.
I started dyeing my son's hair at like 7 years old.
Oh,
And he
wow.
had a mohawk most of his life when he was a baby. He had a mohawk at a year old. Then he had, then we cut it, and then another little mohawk here and there. And then he got a little older. He wanted a mohawk, like a full mohawk. So it was like a long one, and it was green, and then it was blue, and then it was red. Then he had the comb over, and then he had like orange and yellow or whatever. And then at 12, he was just like, Mom, I don't want to dye it no more. And I was like, okay, whatever you want. Yeah. And now he's like, I was like praying. He didn't ask me for that fucking Edgar haircut. And then he's like, Mom, I don't know, I think. And I was like, no. So I was like, fine. I have to pay for that shit. That's horrible. Oh my God.
It's like $50.
It's like, yeah, dude. Yeah. He's a big boy. He's like 5'7", 5'8", and like 200 and something pounds. He's only 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's going to keep growing.
Yeah, he's going to get a little taller. And like, I was just like, oh my God, this kid. But as far as like the social media and stuff, I definitely feel I'm not your average parent. Okay. And I don't want to say I'm not a regular mom. I'm not a cool mom either, but I'm not like regular, right? So like, for example, I talk to my kids about everything. I have no filter when it comes to my kids. And maybe it's bad. Maybe it's not. It's pretty unheard of, and it's pretty taboo, right? For a mom to just be like straight up like, my son will ask me for something ridiculously expensive and then say, my friends have one. And I'll be like, did I push your friends out my vagina? And he'll be like,
but that's true.
He'll be like, no. And I'm like, who did I push out my vagina, Junior? He's like, me. And I go, okay, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. Like, and he's like, fine. Like, but it's that like realness and that bluntness and that like, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't sugarcoat shit for my kids. I've never baby talked my kids. I've never bubbled them. If they get hurt, I'm like, your dumb ass deserved it because I fucking told you you're gonna get hurt. And there you are, getting fucking hurt. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's, and like, not to quote George Lopez, but that's what you learn. You know what I mean?
That's true though. Yeah.
And with boys, like this whole like roles thing, whatever, I genuinely feel like boys need to be tough, man. And not tough like, yes, show your emotions. I've never let my kids keep their emotions inside. I tell my baby, he's really strong, my 7-year-old. He prevents himself from crying sometimes. And I'll be like, no. Let them out. Cry, baby. Feel your feelings. But then boss up and realize that that moment's gone. Now we got to figure out how we're going to fix the situation. And not dwell on emotions and not dwell on letting our emotions take over because we'll never get shit done that way.
100%. 100% agree with you.
Yes, be in your feelings and do that, but fucking get your ass up right now because ain't nobody got time for that shit.
If you play a role in being like, I'm a victim of this and this and this, what are you going to get done? Like,
Nothing.
What is that going to do?
If you're a victim and you're empowered by it and you're making moves to become like an advocate for that, then fuck yeah. But if you're just like, oh, but why me? But why me? But why me? Well, bitch, that's why. Because you're literally saying me. Mm-hmm. You're like, why me? Because fuck that. Hell nah, not me. Yeah. I'm going to make shit happen so this doesn't happen again. Or I'm going to make shit happen so this doesn't happen to somebody else. Or that mentality definitely keeps a person alive.
We all go through some stuff. We all go through some crazy stuff, and everybody has a unique individual experience, but we all feel the same emotions, different scenarios.
Exactly.
And you just got to realize, like
everybody
you said,
hurts for different things. A little bit of my adversities, right?
I was just going to ask you, what are the things that you
So
overcame?
normally, right?
Yeah.
So normally women are like tóxicas, right? They're like, oh, they go crazy. They've had all these bad relationships. They've gotten cheated on. Mm-hmm. They've gotten broken up with. They've gotten played. They've gotten abused, whether it's verbal, sexual, physical, whatever. I've never gone through any of that, Ray. I've never actually felt heartbroken because my situation is completely different than most women's situations. I'd say about 95%, right? My marriage didn't end because my ex-husband was abusive. He was never abusive to me, never called me out my name, never raised his voice at me, rarely did. We fought, but whatever, rarely did. In 10 years, it took us a year and a half for us to have our first argument. Worshipped me, right? Put me on a pedestal. But this dude never kept a job. So he was a mantenido. So basically, I paid for everything for the 10 years that we were together. He never cheated on me. I never cheated on him. We had a beautiful, loving relationship. I loved him. But he just never paid for any of the bills and any of the rent. And I paid for everything.
Yeah.
And I left him because of that. I didn't leave him because he cheated on me.
Yeah.
I don't have trust issues. My issues with trust is that I trust too much. Because no one's ever fucked me over in that way.
Yeah.
I've never gotten broken up with. I've never gotten cheated on. I've never gotten hurt like that because my ex put me on a pedestal, and that pedestal was gold with diamonds and rubies and pearls. But I paid for that motherfucker. He just put me up there.
Yeah.
And so I don't get child support from him. He doesn't buy the kids shit, whatever.
Yeah.
All of that, it's always been on me. So like people say like you're so strong. Like I'm not strong, dude. I'm resilient.
I love that.
Because
I love that word. Yeah.
I do too, and because I have to be this way. Mm-hmm. I have no other choice. I have nothing else to fall back on. It's on me.
Yeah.
And I will pay my dues, and I will do what I got to do for my kids. Always. But I don't have like. I was thinking about this the other day, to be honest. I honestly feel like nobody has ever known the extensity of my struggle, ever. Nobody understands how much I've struggled in my life because I've just done it. You know what I mean?
What do you feel like you struggled with the most?
The biggest thing for me is financial. Yeah, financial, because like hustle, I got it. I got my ambition is unmatched. Right? My hustle is unmatched. Like I will create nothing. I will create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
But financially, I'm not a numbers person, and I'm not great at like money management. And I know that about myself, right? So like because I know I'm not great at money management, I don't have credit cards. I have 0 credit card debt. But that means that I have a really bad credit score because I don't have credit cards, period, right? So because I know that I'm bad at managing my money, I would rather not fucking sink myself into debt, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of just blowing the money that's coming in, paying all my bills with it, paying everything with the money that I got. And then, Yeah. So like financially, if I had a partner that was like just fucking...
That's what I see for you.
With
I see that. That's the balance.
That's the balance. That's the Libra balance.
Yeah.
Because I got the vision, I got the plans, I got the goals, I got blueprints, you give me an idea and I can give you a whole book, right?
Yeah.
But don't give me no money. Don't make me count no numbers, okay?
You're doing it though. I just want to say,
that.
I admire that of you to be a mom and support to other humans. Like that's a lot. I can't even do that right now, and I can barely support myself living here. But it does take a lot of unselfishness to do that. I do think financial thing is very important in a partner. Like a lot of people kind of overlook that, but I definitely agree. I feel like if somebody isn't able to carry their weight and do things that it's a lot.
See, Ray, for me, I get categorized right as like, oh, you got kids, you're a baby mama, right? Oh, girls only want. So I had this guy, right? For example, I had this guy the other fucking day. He was like, oh, he replied to my story. He goes, mine. And I was like, why? What do you mean? And he's like, I want you, this and that. And they got sexual, right? And I was like, no, baby, I don't want sex. I'm okay without sex. I need a man to be a man. And he's like, what does that mean? And I was like, I need a man to financially support me. I don't mean fucking pay all my bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking let me not do shit with my life. Fucking let me live off of you. No. I mean, for a man to come in my life and be like, look, baby, I got us. I see you working. I'm going to help you out. Fucking figure this shit out for us.
Yeah.
And if I see you stressed out, don't trip, babe. I'll pay your car this month, or I'll pay your phone bill. I don't expect somebody to come in and fucking pay all my shit. I'm not that bitch. I've never been. And this dude goes, oh, see, women only want to get shit handed to them, and they never want to work for it. Like, look, baby, you don't know my story.
But also, too, that's already a huge red flag, because he assumed something without getting into depth, which to me, I mean, from hearing that part, it's like he can't do it. And if he would have been like, oh, like, okay, little would he have known is that you support yourself, you support other people, like he don't
exactly.
So that sounded like a huge red flag.
Yes. Oh yeah, no. Needless to say, I do not speak to this man. You know, but like that's exactly what it is. When I was married to my ex, I was paying 2 phone bills, 2 car payments, 2 student loans, 2 credit cards, 2 fucking of everything, food, weed, drinks, fucking everything. Everything, including for my son, and my other son eventually, for 10 years. I don't need a man. I want one. Yeah. And if a man is going to come into my life, really, truly care about me, because that's what I want. I want a man to come in my life to really, truly care about me and not throw money at me because that's the way to win me over, but be like, babe, I see you stressed out. And I think I know what it is. You know, here's $1,000. Because contrary to popular belief, $1,000 is not a lot for a man, for most men, or for like.
No, it's honestly not in today's time,
and
not in LA where we're at.
Exactly, right? And so if a man has his shit together or whatever, you know, working, career, whatever, all that. If he sees me struggling and if he cares for me truly for real and says, babe, I already paid this, I'll be like, oh my God. Because never in my life have I ever had a man pay for anything. Ray, I have never gotten a gift from a man. I'm 33 years old, and a man has never gifted me with anything. I don't expect it. But fuck, don't you think I would fucking like that shit?
Yeah, you deserve all of that and more.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you were in a relationship for a long time too.
I was.
So
he never did shit for me.
Yeah,
never did shit. It was like people were like, "No, you never got flowers." Okay, flowers. Like, of course I got flowers.
But I think it's the principle. It's not. It's not the actual item. There is a huge importance in financial partnership, because once you get older, like
that's important.
That's super important. Like,
dude,
that's a
life
big
is money. You gotta have the financial backing to live.
Personally, I feel like it should be 2 people coming together, trying to better their lives to be where they want to be and have a similar instinct goal of like, I want an example, like I want this beach house. Okay, maybe we can make a business, make a 3rd income, a 4th income, and do something fun that we could enjoy. That's to me what at this age in 30 I see a partnership as.
1,000%.
It's like it has to be doing something that's going to benefit the future. I think in the 20s and before then it's more of like,
yeah,
it was
a
more
good time and vibes and you know, and
right?
like you know, positive, like, you know, we're just gonna chill, and yes, and that's all
really
fine and dandy.
About, like, once you hit these ages, we can expect to be at a certain place at a certain age, and then once we hit that age, we're not there, and it's okay, because life happens, and you know, we don't know what's gonna happen with the world and the climate of things and whatnot, but it's okay, because I truly believe, I hold faith in God, and I feel like everything's meant to happen for a reason and a path to be on. And
I agree.
Just to realize and to be here sitting with you and talking with this, I think this is something that is meant to be. And the fact that people are going to hear this is meant to be too.
I agree. I've been really excited to do this, Ray, because like I feel like my story is so important, because it's not your typical Latina toxic situation. I've never shown up at a guy's house or showing up at a guy's location and be like, "Who the fuck are you here with?"
Yeah.
I know you're with that bitch.
And that's the thing.
I've
Like,
never dealt with any of
we
that.
hear those stories all the time.
So
it's kind
much.
of like a default as a Latino.
And that's
it's
what
like,
I want to stop. There's so many more Latinas out there that do not have the same narrative as what's depicted in today's society.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not toxic. I'm actually non-toxic like Plato from the 90s, okay? I used to say non-toxic. So that's the difference. Like, that's what I want to bring now that I'm doing comedy is like, I want to bring that, like, I want to break the mold a little bit and like, we're not all crazy. And because I look the way I do, because I do my hair, my makeup, I got tattoos, I'm a little hood, like, people think that, oh, you're toxica, oh, you look toxic. No, I do not like confrontation. I will run away. If I don't like something, Ray, I'm just going to stay away from it. It's like, and most bitches are like, I don't like this shit. Bitch, like in your face, what the fuck, da-da-da, why are you doing this to me? I don't care to know why. You're doing this to me? Cool. Deuces. It's probably why I've been single for so long.
Let's get into the comedy stuff. What got you into comedy? What is it that sparked you into...
To do stand-up?
Yeah.
So, I was talking to my friend, you probably know her, Gracie. So she was my client too, right? So her and I, we've always connected on a different type of level than most, like, other people. Like, just weird coincidences. We were always on similar paths. And so she called me one day. She's like, I needed a consultation and extensions. Okay, I gave her a consultation. I was like, how you doing? She's like, good. And I was like, hey, like, I've been thinking. She does theater work and stuff too. So I was like, I've been thinking of doing like some like serious acting. And she's like, oh, I'll send you some like schools. And I was like, perfect. And then I was like, so I don't know. I was like, kind of thinking maybe if it'd be good if I maybe try like some stand-up comedy. She's like, oh my God, do it. She's like, it's going to be so good. It's so much fun. I have a friend that hosts an open mic in North Hollywood. I'll connect you. Made a group chat in that moment. Met him through Instagram in July last year. This is the part where I want to make sure that everybody knows this. I tell this to everybody, as many people as I can. Never be afraid to speak your dreams to people. Don't be afraid, because you never know who you're talking to. You never know the opportunities that can come about you speaking your dreams into existence. If you keep all of that in, because everybody says, oh, work quietly, work in silent, do your thing, don't tell nobody, and then come out and do this. Okay, I get all that. But in order for you to progress in life, you're going to need connections. You're going to need networking. And that's what I did. I spoke that. I told her. She sent me the dude's Instagram. A couple months later, for my birthday, he messaged me the week of my birthday. He said, when are you going to try stand-up? In October. And I was like, you know what? Next week, I'll do it. My stomach was turning. Had a mini panic attack. I was like, who even told me I was funny? Who even let me do this? Like, this is, like, what? And then my friend's like, didn't you sign up for it? Can't you just, like, not show up? And I was like, no, because if I don't show up, they're going to cancel me forever, and I'm never going to be able to do it. And then, like, I was, like, going crazy. And so I did it. And at Big Chillin', shout out to Roger and JT. And it was the second I grabbed that mic, it was like I was me. Because, like, think about it, right? I've been a mom my whole life, basically, right? My whole adult life. I'm a good mom. I'm a good hairdresser. I'm a good daughter, a good sister. But who the fuck am I? That question got answered the second I touched the mic. It's just a safe space for me to talk shit about my kids.
I've seen some of you.
Yeah.
I love. I was showing some of my friends, and we were like,
Aw.
and I was just like, oh, look, she does stand up. And then their reaction, they were cracking up and
Oh,
laughing. I was like,
yay! I love that. And it's, I exaggerate them a little bit. The jokes, they're obviously exaggerated a little bit, but it's all real life. And like, I try not to front. I'm very authentic in what I say, because the only difference between now and before is I have a mic in my hand. Because I've been saying this crazy shit for years. And people have always said, oh my God, you're so funny. And I remember specifically saying one time, I just need to get discovered. I just need somebody to hear me say something, and just for them to be like, you're amazing. Come, And I think that's what's happening.
it is happening.
Yeah.
And this is, and you are. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
I
It totally
believe it
is.
100% in
I
my
appreciate
heart.
that. We're gonna grow, and we're gonna grow together, Ray. It's
We
gonna be
are.
an amazing journey.
It
I
is.
see our names in lights. Okay, I really do.
I feel it.
I really
feel
do.
it.
Your last name is Martinez,
Yeah.
right? My maiden name is Martinez.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I just kept my ex-husband's last name because he didn't give me any money, so I might as well take his last name.
I love that, actually.
I own a part of him at least.
Yeah, but yeah, I got you. Anytime you
I appreciate that so
whatever it is,
much.
whatever, even for your podcast, I got you. Like,
I appreciate that so much. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be great. I appreciate that. My friend and I, Gabrielle Vargas, she's been a comic for like 3 years, and she's amazing. She's a Libra. I'm a Libra. Our birthdays are a day apart. So we started this podcast called Two Libras, One Pod. And we're going to have a bunch of new guests coming in all the time. And keep a lookout for that, because that's going to be really fun too.
Yes. Anytime you need some guests,
I'm
open.
definitely gonna call you guys.
Would love to.
That would be so much fun.
Yes.
It's just good vibes all around. I just like bringing people along the ride with me, because I know, you guys, mark my words, I will be famous. Okay, I will be famous. My name is gonna be known, and I've known this since I was 14 years old. It's just, God is a comedian. And he said, I'm going to give you 2 kids and a bum-ass ex-husband so you can have material to talk about on stage.
Hey, 100% in my heart, I truly believe that. You are going to be there. You're going to be.
Thank you.
And I'm just so grateful again to have you. And you're
Thanks.
always welcome to have a seat here.
Yay.
Come here. With cameras, no cameras, all of that. So.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you having me.
Well, all right, guys. I just want to say, look out for Daisy Roxx. Shows coming up, podcast, hair, all of that. And thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.